Hey, so this is going to be a short review of the, as you can see here, Zojirushi, I assume that's how you pronounce it, bread making machine. My wife and I have had two different machines, and this is by far our favorite one. So what I'm going to attempt to do in this video is, as you can see over here, have some ingredients out. I'm going to kind of show you, this is a recipe that's not from the manual that you get, but it's kind of geared towards this particular or similar device. As far as preparation, I'm just going to try to show you what I did. I just want to kind of show you some of the features in this particular machine. So just keeping it very basic, as you can see here, this is your control area right here. You have basic, quick, wheat, dough. Again, I'm just simplifying it. Once you order your machine, it'll go into more depth as far as what the different functions do. So we're going to kind of just keep this very basic for right now. You have your jam, you have crust. So in other words, you can make jam, cake, sourdough starter. My wife actually made meatloaf the other day, which actually came out amazing. You have a homemade cycle, which allows you to get even more creative. There's just a lot of different controls built into this machine that I think you're really going to enjoy. Different color crusts. You have a light crust, a medium crust, you have a dark crust. You have your timer, obviously. You have different courses as far as like the course of bread that you're trying to make. So as far as the device itself, plugs into a standard outlet. As you can see here, this is your lid, which you prepare your bread in. So down here, this is your bread tray. Now this is one trick that I want to show you guys that we had to learn. So a lot of these things, they kind of lock in place. So the easiest way to remove this is you grab the end of it right here, tilt it forward like we just did, and then it pops right out. So as you can see on the inside, you have your two little paddles. And this is just one little thing that we learned between the different bread machines. If you're going to get a bread maker, try to find one that has the two paddles. It just gives a better mix and consistency, I believe, in your bread. So these little paddles sit on the bottom of these little spindles here, as you can see. We're going to put those on. They just sit right on. They don't lock in place or anything. Now, one little thing, as we get ready to prepare to go into preparing the bread, and I learned this from my wife, a lot of people out of habit would have a tendency to make their bread with this actually sitting inside. Here's the problem with that. If you spill anything in the process of putting all your ingredients together, you're going to spill it down inside of this, which you do not want to do. So our recommendation is that you take this bread basket out, set it on your counter, get all of your ingredients, and then mix them according to your recipe or the instructions. Then place this device back inside the bread maker machine, shut the lid, press start. Now I've already got this preset for the conditions I want it. I want a light crust, and as you can see here, you can see that the arrow is pointing to light. I'm doing just a basic bread. You see the arrow that's pointing to basic. And like I said a moment ago, when you get your manual, it comes with every instruction that you'll need. It even gives you different kind of recipes. Now this recipe, like I mentioned earlier, is one that we found online, but it actually correlates with this machine. We've already made this bread once, and we loved it. So I'm just going to give you just a quick breakdown of how we prepared the bread. So one of the things that we learned, you bakers out there probably already know this, but when you are baking, you want to make sure that your measurements are exact. So this particular recipe calls for milliliters and grams. So what we decided to do is to use the actual grams, because if you understand baking, baking is a science. So you want to get the measurements exactly correct. So as you can see for this particular recipe, you can see we have our butter and our milk, which needs to be softened. Here we have our Greek yogurt, and this particular recipe calls for a softer bread, how to make a softer bread, more moist bread. So we're using the Greek yogurt, as you can see here. So these two ingredients need to be warmed or softened as far as the butter. Here you have your sugar and you have your salt. Down here you have your flour, and then the last container there you have your yeast. Now, one little trick before we start mixing all this stuff together. The yeast cannot touch anything wet, and I'll get to that once we get to that portion. So for right now, we're going to take our butter and our milk, and we are going to warm it in the microwave. And the Greek yogurt doesn't get warmed. All right, so our butter has been softened, our milk has been warmed. Now, again, microwaves run different. So for this one, we did it for 8 seconds just to soften it. You don't want to melt it completely. And then for the milk, we did 20 to 25 seconds. But again, that's going to be based on your microwave. So right now we're getting ready to pour in our liquid. If you don't have one of these, this is just a little spatula that we have that kind of helps you scrape out all the excess. Now that the butter's in, so I'm going to pour the milk over the butter to kind of rinse off the butter residue. I'm going to add in my Greek yogurt. Again, like I said, all your wet ingredients. And like I said, we've made this once and it was so good. I tell you, I don't think we will ever go back to store-bought bread with all the preservatives and all the other crap. The only bad thing about this bread, I would say, depending on how healthy you're trying to be, is having to put a few tablespoons of sugar in it. But again, it's minor compared to, you know, the other garbage that can be in store-bought bread. So this is our sugar. I'm going to put our sugar in. And then here we have our salt. And again, you don't stir or mix anything that you see in this container. The machine does it all. So now, what I spoke about earlier, we're going to take our flour, gently dump it in. All right, once your flour is in the container, you want to take your finger, I made a little bit of a mess here. You want to take your finger and make like a circle in the middle. Not a big circle, because what you don't want is you don't want your yeast to touch any of the fluid. So now we're going to take the yeast, pour the yeast into that circle. So if you see what I'm doing here, I actually spilled a little bit of the flour onto the counter when I was doing this. And imagine had I been mixing this inside the machine, I would have had flour all inside there. So again, if you get nothing from this video, make sure you mix it in here before you put it in there. So I'm going to try to take out a little bit. I didn't spill a whole lot. Maybe. And we're going to add back the little bit of flour. Remember, I told you, baking is an exact science, so you want your measurements to be as exact as you can get it. So now that we are done putting everything in the container, again, do not pre-mix anything. You notice that my yeast is on top of the flour. Everything else is at the bottom, and now we are prepared to set this inside the machine to prepare to bake it. Okay, so as you can see, it's inside the machine. So now we're going to close the lid. Walk over here to our trusty timer, and as you can see, guess what button we're going to push, y'all? Start. No. And that's it. How long is it? So now all you have to do is wait for your bread to come out. It even tells you right there in the display about how long it would take you, give or take a few minutes, to have a complete loaf of bread. Now imagine with the timer, you could have this stuff set up before so you can wake up in the morning to fresh bread. There's so many different things you guys can do. So one other feature about this machine that I love about it is the fact that it has the ability, it lets you know exactly, as you can see on the screen here, what stage in the process you are at. So right now it is preheating, and then as it's baking, every other function that it's doing will actually let you know in the display right here. So now that the machine has started kneading the dough, I wanted to show you through this little viewfinder window that it actually shows the paddles kneading your dough. So it goes through several cycles while it's making your bread. I mean, it goes from preheating to kneading, back to your first rising, then it goes to your stir down, then your second rising, then another stir down, then your third rising. So it actually rises 3 times, obviously, because there's yeast in it, and then you have the actual baking. So, all right, folks, the bread is complete. Now we're about to open it up here. Looks like it's sunk just a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be a major problem. So you definitely want to make sure you're wearing some mittens. You want to tilt it towards you. You can see it should pop right out. So get you a cooling rack or something if you don't have one, and then you want to dump your bread onto the cooling rack, as you can see here. Just gently shake it till it releases. I'm just going to get it off. You can see the holes where the paddles used to be. And then you just want to gently turn it over. And voila, there you go. So you want to obviously let it cool before you slice it, but if you wanted to, you could put butter on it or however you choose to have your bread. All right, so I'm probably going to let this cool down for about 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to take me a serrated knife, one with the little blades, serrated edge, and then slice it. And then if you don't have a sealing machine, something that can really seal it, because you got to remember this doesn't have any preservative in it or anything, so you want to make sure that you seal it up airtight so it does not get moldy. So, all right, like I said, this is just the finished product of what the machine does, what it functions. And like I said, this is our second loaf. We love it, and I can't wait to eat it. So I will make sure it's linked down below. And I'm going to tell you, if you haven't checked it out already, check it out. Get you one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We haven't been. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this bread from the cooling rack to the cutting board, and we're going to slice into it so you guys can actually see what it looks like. So just in looking at it, you can kind of see it's soft. And this is what I mean by serrated blade, just in case you weren't familiar. And those of you that grew up not liking crust, I think you'll like this one. As you can see, you can still see the steam coming out of it. Look at the steam rising. I wish I had smell-o-vision so you guys could smell how good this smells. But again, as you can see, very soft bread. Look at the bounce. Look at the bounce back. So, again, make sure you click that link and check it out.